PK Streams here, and I'm here with Chase from Living with Lions. So, how's tour been so far?
It's been awesome, man. We didn't really know what to expect because we hadn't been out in a while and haven't really put anything out in a while, but the shows have been really fun. We've been having a really fun time. Youth Decay's been killing it as well, so it's good times.
For those that don't know the story, I do, and there's a lot of people that have heard this question so many times asked, but how did you come up with the band name Living with Lions?
It came from a South Park episode years ago. Our old singer Matt Postshow thought of it. He was smoking weed and watching South Park, and there's an episode where Token goes to live with the Lions, and so I guess he was high, and that just contributed to the whole thing.
Okay.
And that's how that.
Sweet. Okay, so this year marks basically your 10 years as a band, and next year will be marking your 10 years since Dune Manor was released. Reflecting these last 10, 11 years, like, how do you think the band has grown? Was there any, like, major struggles, and what are your thoughts?
I mean, I think collectively, like, and this includes, I think, previous members too, we never really envisioned us really going as far as we had up until this point. So I think we're all pretty proud of, like, what we've done, you know? Like, we've done a lot of things that kind of, like, were never in our wildest dreams thought were obtainable things for us to accomplish in the band. So in that regard, you know, we're definitely, the band's, like, gone a lot farther than we thought. As far as, like, overcoming, like, obstacles and stuff like that, we've had to do our fair share, you know, like, changing over members. We've gone through, like, I mean, it's going through singers is definitely, like, a really difficult thing to deal with. So we've definitely had some difficulties with, like, member changes and stuff, but at the end of the day, like, the group we have, and, like, especially, like, Lauren and Landon and I have all been in the band since the beginning of it, since we started it. You know, we really love the band, and I think that's why it's easy to keep on going. Really, it's just something we, like, always want to do, you know. So yeah, I don't know. It's been a good 10 years. I can't believe it's actually been 10 years, but it's been a good
Yeah. So that actually does kind of lead to the next question. When you first pursued this band, was it intentional just to be for fun, or were you trying to actually make some sort of living off of it?
Oh, I think that, I'm sure that everybody probably had kind of, like, you know, dreams of maybe the band doing something at some point, but the intention when we started it was definitely not to, like, start a touring band that would, you know, we really didn't know what to expect. We're all living together, and we had all just broken up from previous bands and started jamming and recording songs, and then next thing you know, we played shows, and next thing you know, we were on tour, and then it just kind of grew from there. It just snowballed, you know.
So what would you say to kids, or even, like, young adults, mid-20s, starting off a band right now? Like, your recommendations to them?
I don't know. I think probably the most important thing is just to have fun and really enjoy it, you know. Like, there's definitely a lot of, I mean, I love playing in a band, and I really do truly enjoy, like, pretty much every aspect of doing it, but there's a lot of difficult times, like, you know, you're sleeping on people's floors a lot of the time, or moving, you know, spending a lot of time in the band, and it's definitely not all it's cracked up to be sometimes, but if you love what you do, then you'll have a good time with it, that's guaranteed.
Okay, so about 3 years ago, you released your 7-inch. Some of my friends appeared that to me.
Yeah.
Are we expecting, like, a full length anytime soon, or is that kind of just on the back burner for now, and you want to kind of tour?
Yeah, no, we are planning on doing a full length album in June. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a long time since we recorded music, and we've been writing for about a year now. And so yeah, we're gonna do it in Vancouver at Greenhouse with Stu McKillop, and June. So we'll see. Hopefully, we're really hoping that we'll be able to have it out this year, but nothing's guaranteed yet.
Okay. It doesn't have to be necessarily for you, it can be for other members, but when they started the band, did they start on the instruments that they would play right now, or were they like forced upon something, or was it like those kind of discrepancies there?
No, when we started, everybody was like playing their instruments, like the ones that they naturally play, I guess. I mean, I was playing guitar when we started the band, and now I've switched to like singing, so that's changed, I guess. But I still actually like play a ton of guitar, like when we practice and when we write and stuff like that. I'll do that kind of stuff. Lauren's really talented. He can play. He obviously play drums really well, can play guitar and bass really well, and play piano. So he's like the multi-talented person of the band for sure, and is a good singer as well.
Okay, sweet. Which was your favorite album to work on, and which was your hardest one to work on?
I don't know if there's really a favorite necessarily. I guess the EP, I would say maybe the EP would have been a favorite just because it was the first time we'd ever worked together, so we didn't really know what was going to happen, and I think the sense of accomplishment after it was done was, like kind of great. The other two records, like I really liked recording them. We had a lot of fun, but recording it kind of stressful sometimes, I don't know if it's like my favorite thing that we do, spending time in the studio, but I'd say Holy Shit was the most difficult one for us to finish. Because that was around, like when we were about halfway done that record, that was when Matt decided he didn't want to be in the band anymore. So that was like a huge curveball thrown our way. But we managed to finish it. Yeah, that was the toughest.
By any chance, like, was the difficulty have to do with what you had to deal with the Canadian government and like the whole issue with the artwork and all that?
No, that didn't have anything to do with it. It was just one of those things where I think it had just run its course for Matt, and it wasn't something he really enjoyed doing anymore, like it takes a certain, I don't know if it was just, like the constant like touring and like grinding it out, and it was kind of difficult in that time, like especially it was really difficult, like, on our bank accounts, and yeah, I just think he was just kind of ready to move on and do other things, so. And it was fine too, like we're really good friends with Matt still. He's like one of my best friends in the world, so we spent a lot of time with him. He actually was like helping us write some like lyrics for the next record and stuff.
Definitely looking forward to that. So you've toured with a ton of bands like Comeback Kid and like all these big names. Is there one band that you really would like to see like on tour with you, whether they're opening or you're opening for them?
Yeah, there's lots. What would I don't know, I guess I'd say like, that's a really tough question. I'd love to go on tour with like, if like Green Day was doing like a Dookie, anniversary tour or something, I would be really stoked to do something like that, or, I don't know, there's lots of things. There's like, one of my favorite bands of all time is this band from Vancouver called DPS. And they've like long been broken up, but if they ever decided to like play a show, which they vowed never ever to do, that would be like, I'd do anything to like play a show with those guys.
Is there a pre-show ritual you guys, I guess, do, or even a post-show ritual?
Not really. I think kind of things are different every night almost. Usually we'll have, most of us, I feel like we'll probably have a beer before we play, and then like multiple beers afterwards. Exactly. Sometimes. Rituals, not really. I usually like, now that I'm like singing, I'll usually like warm up and I'll like stretch a little bit and do stuff like that just so I like feel good before we go on.
Exactly, okay. Has anyone ever sustained an injury, whether they're playing a show or on tour, just doing something stupid?
Oh yeah, we've been hurt on tour many times. Like, I've definitely like messed my ankle up really bad. I remember being at a house in California. I know like Landon and Lauren have both hurt themselves pretty seriously a few times. But we were fine. Like, we never had to cancel any shows or anything like that.
Well, that's a good thing for sure. If you could drink one non-Canadian beer, what would it be? For an entire tour.
I guess I'd have to say, you guys, Does malt liquor count?
We'll do all liquor as well.
Yeah, Four Loko. Four Loko.
Okay. If you could get a stupid fun tattoo, what would it be?
A stupid fun tattoo? I'd probably get a portrait of Dana's face tattooed on my arm.
On your arm? Come on.
The bass player from UK.
Okay.
I get a tattoo of Dana's face on my face. The bass player from UK.
My tattoo.
That's
and
fucked.
Just so, because we're talking about tattoos now, I would get. Have you ever seen Undergrads?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, if you ever seen Undergrads, I would do Gimpy doing the on my ass cheek.
Okay, that's sick. I mean, I already have a lot of stupid tattoos,
Yeah.
so I mean, I have like fuck off tattooed on my ass and a butt of a butt tattooed on my butt, and the words hoe. I got hoe tattooed on my ass. I got a lot of bad tattoos on my
Hey,
ass.
bad tattoos are the best part.
Yeah.
If you could get one endorsement from basically any company out there right now, who would it be?
This is like probably not like kind of a boring answer, but it would be Vans.
Vans?
Yeah, I love shoes and I only wear Vans. So I definitely go for the Vans.
Okay. Is there anything you want to add, talk about?
I don't know, hopefully we'll be coming back out soon. It probably won't be till the fall because we're going to be working on the new record, but yeah, when that's done, we're going to get back out here and hopefully keep playing on.
So, yeah, we're going to contact them. Information's down below. Give them a message, and peace out.